Всем привет, с вами Greenfrog, и сегодня мы погрузимся в безумие в игре Call of Cthulhu, Зов Cthulhu, по мотивам творчества Говарда Лавкрафта, или Лавкрафта, как правильней. Погнали! Так, зайдем в настройки. Первое, что надо сделать, это сделать звук нормально. Нормально. Управление, чувствительность. Действие игры происходит в 1920 году. Играем героем, ветераном Первой мировой войны. А теперь же опытный частный сыщик. Немножечко алкаш Эдвард Пирс. Прибывает на таинственный остров Даркуотер вблизи американского города Бостон, штат Массачусетс. И ему предстоит разгадать обстоятельства загадочной смерти семьи Хокинс. Ученого, что ли, какого-то? Так, ну что такое? Escape назад, ну. Что такое? Почему я ничего не могу сделать? Да, конечно. Что за херня была? Новая игра. Да, ячейка. Бостон. 1924 год. Эдвард Пирс, ветеран Первой мировой войны, пытается заглушить свои воспоминания алкоголем и снотворным. Он стал частным детективом, но никак не может найти дело, способное вывести его из апатии. Пирс должен как можно скорее найти нового клиента, иначе рискует потерять лицензию. Вот так. Вот такой вот он, Пирс. Грузиться в безумие. Погружаемся. Богам смешны попытки людей сохранять рассудок перед лицом неизбежной смерти. Ё-моё. Томатный сок. Только начали, а уже жуть. Движение, как обычно, стандарт. В сад, не в сад. Ага. Пригнуться, контур. Заперто. И здесь заперто. Вы не сможете взаимодействовать с определенным первым. Конечно. Так. Святой водой? Или всего лишь вот этот фонарик? Да. Болторез. О. Наверное, все-таки рвать эти цепи. Так. Ты силен. Да. Что делаешь? Ух ты. И последуешь за мной, бесполезно сопротивляться неизбежному. Хорошо. Какое отвратительное подношение. Осадки бок оттяпал кто-то. Сопротивляйся, ты был избран. Век. Смотри. Волан-де-Морты. Может быть, ты попытаешься изменить свою... Что? Так-то. И нам хан... Ну, это ему все приснилось. Ненавижу виски. Интересно, зачем я их до сих пор принимаю? Виски, наверное, веселее они. Так, нет, не... Ведем трезвый образ жизни. Давненько ничего не записывался, кроме своих ночных. Так, дела. Врач может... Наверное, однажды утром просто не проснусь. Смотря на лечение, я снова... Но теперь они новые, незнакомые голоса, словно древних... Путы. Древней бездны, что за безымянная тварь вызывает ко мне... Вызывает... Что за безымянная тварь вызывает ко мне? Так, это... О, это Пирс. Поиск, красноречие, это точно не мое. Исследование, экология. Навыки. Хорошо. Рассудок. Его у него нет. Трама кошмар. Нет предмет. Ну, это, наверное, с войны. 10, 7, 18. Вот. Так, сейчас, подожди.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Ага.
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
Монтаж в подпольном баре. Сейчас я подойду.
I used to be an avid reader.
Ладно.
I'm listening.
Вы Эдвард Пирс, частный детектив, работающий на детективное агентство. Да, это он.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Ага. 8 доступно. Как назад. Мне, наверное, тоже понадобится. Ну вот так будет. Да, все. Подтвердить. Угу.
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Это мало.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been
Хуже
a
меня,
way
знаете,
that
что
you get
сейчас
employment now.
работает,
But are those
тем, да
cases?
я даже читать не успел.
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
Мистер Пирс.
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem.
Я пришел по совету человека, мнение которого ценю очень высоко, и, признаться, вовсе не ожидал увидеть берлогу горького пьяницы. Вас здесь никто не держит, сэр. Вы знаете, с кем вы говорите? Стивен Уэбстер, промышленник, коллекционер предметов искусства. Да-да, способен, конечно же.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl. She is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
В общем, как я и говорил ранее, сейчас мы поедем на остров расследовать убийство семьи его дочки.
But if you have no proof,
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
what am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
Mm-hmm.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Опытный. Если газетная вы. О, Хокинс. Уэбстер. Хокинс. С остров. Тут на острове. Саймоном.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Так, ну и что он тут мне говорит? Итак, мистер Пирс, что вы думаете об этом деле? Так, в отчете говорится пресечение устойчивости, что никто не так в этой истории. Где жила Сара Хокинс? Какой... Так, ну что? Ну, давай.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
Так, ладно. Узнаем о складе.
Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
Так, она была наклеена на последнюю картину Сары.
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Отправляемся на остров Даркуотер. Ищем этот склад.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions.
Так, у Сары были видения, это все всем известно. Но она никогда ни мухи бы не обидела. Это видения были просто плодами ее воображения. Что вы имеете в виду под видениями? Что мы имеем в виду?
My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life.
Дочка была его загадочным человеком. Где жила Сара?
Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her
Большой городок?
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Наоборот. Большой остров. Далеко от городка.
You must uncover it.
Что еще спросить?
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
Думаю, я начинаю это дело. Да. Все, Эдвард, поехали на остров.
Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater.
Угу. Давай сначала здесь обшарим.
No doubt find some information on this island in there.
Может и найдется.
I used to be an avid reader. The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
Замужняя женщина сбегает с подружкой. Муж так ничего и не понял. Нормально. Ну, вроде бы все здесь облазили. Дверь открыть. Ну что, на дорожку, не? Идем. Так, и не все. Вот здесь.
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston.
Ага.
But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Так, понятно. Остров.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater.
Джей. Ну, здесь заканчиваем и отправляемся на остров. Так ведь? Пирс взял дело Хокинсов. Проклятую художницу обвиняют в том, что устроила пожар, который и убил ее вместе со своей семьей. Единственная улика — страшная картина, которую она отправила отцу. На транспортной этикетке был указан адрес склада, расположенного в доках острова Даркуотер. Именно с этого места Пирс и начал расследование. Наверное, будет весело. Коньки. Опять глюк.
Almost there.
Cthulhu. Да, жутковатое место.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
Nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Пойдем осмотримся в доках. Так, что у нас тут появилось? И в бар. Поговорите с Брэдли. Поговорите с Фицроем. Так, а карта есть что-нибудь такое? Карты нет. То есть, ходи, броди себе.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters.
Вот так вот. Кровь только сворачивается, только специалист может определить, кто все-таки убил эту бедняжечку. Так, Брэдли. Так, спросим сначала про склад.
Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pirs, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job. You can't. Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You can see that I'm busy, can't you? You can't understand. You're not sailors. Oh, yeah. It's a sign.
Угу. Значит, потом. Или не надо было его про склад спрашивать? Ладненько.
Nothing for you here either.
Your chum wanted to stir us up.
But you can stay to watch if you want. You can pick up the pieces.
Come on, you bastard. You'll see what a true sailor's got in his belly. You hear that? You bilge rats.
Nothing for you here either.
Я понял, пройти нельзя, все, ухожу. Да, какая-то. Ну, а ты мне что скажешь? Ну и рожа.
Hey, be careful.
Ух ты, что это?
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Итак.
Pure instinct. I behaved like a Hun, and I sincerely apologize.
Veteran, huh?
307th Infantry Regiment.
Oh. Well, that'll be okay for now. But the war is over. Try not to forget it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of Darkwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable?
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Конечно же. Сейчас мы узнаем про... Так.
What can you tell me about her?
Я уже...
We all knew she then.
Я уже говорил.
I've got what I need.
Это
Anything
я
else?
уже задавал. Нет. Стоп. Знаете, вернуться. Почему? Ну давай про склад.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Captain Fitzroy.
You want a drink?
I wouldn't say.
Try this.
Сейчас нажрется.
I think we'll get along well.
Так.
That'll be all for now.
Выпил виски, это как-то может повлиять на мою судьбу. Положительным. Говорится. А вот это кто? Интересного нет? Здравствуйте.
What you looking at, stranger?
The
Ладно.
clientele is predominantly male.
Tell me something I don't know.
I meant nothing by it. I'm just wondering what a woman like you is doing in this flea trap.
And I'm wondering what could be going through the head of the chump who goes to disturb her. Let me drink, stranger.
Умеет она отшивать. Все, что ли, больше ничего не задать?
I told you to beat it.
Ну ладно. Йо-хо-хо.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens. We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
Так, конец китобойного промысла.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
Ага, киты начали куда-то исчезать.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
It's a local legend?
Watch what you say, young.
That catch saved our island.
Ah.
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1840.
It's true. Everything happened just as it's...
What report?
The one that's framed right behind you. Our grandparents tasted its
Так,
flesh.
заметка за нашей...
And it was delicious.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
словом, всех праздник в ките на мели. Все ясно. Ловом местные жители назвали последнюю добычу своих китобоев. В 1947 году, когда киты уже не исчезли из ближних вод, команда Сциллы поймала гигантское чудовище и тем спасла остров от голода. Островитяне до сих пор празднуют это событие, а газетная заметка о ней все еще висит на стене местного бара. Странно, что воспоминания об этом не так свежи, как будто свидетели еще живы. Выдержка из записки частного детектива Эдварда Пирса. То есть меня. То есть его. Так. Поговорить с Фицроем. Больше нет.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker and a debtor. Interesting.
Про кого это вы тут сейчас 3 недели? Чёртовы выпивохи. Ладно, идем к Фицрою. О, фонарик можно взять? Нет. Фонарик, а лампочка. Лампа. В зеленом оттенке. А туда я сейчас попасть не могу. Ну ладно, пойдем с этим поговорим. Привет.
A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years. Fishing equipment.
Рыболовное снаряжение.
The Scylla.
Сыла.
It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
То есть я могу и пошарить здесь.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins. What a macabre souvenir.
Ну, вроде бы все. Можно? Прибрался, что ли.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Письмо с угрозой. О, да. У меня. Сара Хокинс, художница, 30. Чарльз Хокинс, 41, владелец. Саймон Фок, школьник, возраст 11. Рой Митч, Лара. Остров Даркуотер. Улики. Записка. Нашего отношения однозначно. Не задирайте. Вы вам не... Дайте себе. Просто заплатите. Это. Дело. Бла-бла-бла.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
И что?
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Понятно, в общем. Это прочитать невозможно, все выпачкано, порчено. Ясненько. И что теперь?
Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Ha! Indeed, you're right.
I found a threatening letter signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Зря я этот вопрос
Are you
ему
being
задал.
blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I was looking at your photograph. One of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
Ну, вроде бы я все, что мог, я спросил. Да? А, нет.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I know that Charles Hawkins was descended from a family of ship owners, and the island's fishing industry was hit badly.
Indeed, we specialized in whaling, but no whalers went out to sea after the miraculous catch of 1847.
So where did the Hawkins family get its money?
Well, from what Charles inherited, I presume. Although these dates on the manifests could indicate that he had contracts of another kind.
With whom, I wonder? I'm looking for warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
И где же
Look,
этот
it's
склад?
right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse.
Все.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Так, 1 очко повышено. 2 уже. Расследование. Развитие этого навыка повышает шансы последовательность событий, проанализировав место преступления или предмет, а также шанс взломать замок. О. А. Ясненько. То есть мы теперь можем.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
I shall take my leave.
В общем, та тетка нам еще предоставит неприятностей.
It looks like there's a way in under this grate.
Забраться на...
A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
Что это? Так поднимать, держать.
This ratchet device seems to be usable.
Роповик. Так.
I could use this old winch to...
Конечно же установить. Что такое? Что теперь? Ага. Ясненько.
This handle will be perfect for the winch.
Теперь-то что? Что-то я не нашел, да?
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch. Looks like everything is in its place. All that's left is to try to turn this handle. Damn, I broke it.
Что? Как сломал? Непутевый какой-то детектив. Взял и сломал. Полезно.
Well, well. A little mouse got lost on our turf. You're not only inquisitive, you're also stupid. What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf?
Я больше так не буду, честное слово.
Your turf.
Я здесь первый раз.
That's news to me.
For a guy who has no idea, you've been doing a fair bit of poking around. My men saw you staking out the Hawkins warehouse.
Is that against the law?
I'm no idiot, detective. I'll tell you how things work around here. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules, I punish them.
Is your name Kat?
What of it?
Maybe we can come to an understanding.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
Сейчас она от меня плохает. Эх. Эх. Опаньки.
Get this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
Стерва.
I'm getting careless. I didn't see that coming. If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm gonna have
Это все виски. Старина Пирс. Так, ладно. Даркуотер. Капитан. Глава банды. Радистка Кэт. Ладненько.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh? We saw what you did to St. Brendan. Yeah, we'll teach you to come.
Придется драться.
How can I be the one? I've just come ashore, you idiot.
Будет весело.
That's true. We're as drunk as lords.
You bet.
You could have gone by without us seeing you.
Do not...
He's right. We're enough for the moment. We're annoyed. Is that...
There's you. Wait. Now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who...
Quieter. That's all we...
What brings you to Darkwater?
That statue...
What do you mean by...
You wouldn't be looking down.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers until those assholes defaced him.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live.
It's not because it doesn't flow.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
The two guys behind you.
The bootleggers.
They're protecting their territory. From whom?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Смотришь.
There.
Это знает.
Somebody's stealing from the bootlegger's stock of liquor. Hello, old friend.
Твою мать, я еще и бутылку не...
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers.
Святой Бендер.
I can't even say which
Бендер?
language it's written in.
Оккультизм. Брэндон. Брэнд. Святой покровитель. Следователь. Новое мнение. Местные пока старому статусе ставил след представитель Пиршка. Пиво, блин. Эдварда Пирс. Бутылка, спиртнутая бутылка из-под этого главы будут. Егеры. Егеры. Прыгать. И как тогда на склад-то попасть?
No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you-know-who.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
Так.
Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
Угу. И что выбрать? Солгать. Нет, ну они ж, наверное, видели, что Кэт люлей ему навешала.
What will Kat say when she finds out that it's you who are filching stock?
You've got no proof.
That's true. Apart from this little note from your friend here.
You didn't throw it away?
I couldn't know that someone was gonna force the lock.
What a So, what is it you want?
To get into the Hawkins warehouse.
That's all. Go on then. And we never want to see your rat snout again.
Ага. Правильно.
Let's see. Shoot. I'll have to find another way to get in.
Just.
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Выход. И как? Найти человека, который поможет проникнуть на склад.
Where do you think you're going?
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed. So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
What's the difference between a police officer and a private detective?
The badge?
Exactly. Apart from that piece of metal, there's nothing that sets us apart.
You think so?
We're looking for the same thing, you and I.
Okay. Spare me the next verse. I'll tell you what I know. There are sailors who think that there's a beast prowling around the docks. Then again, these guys panic at the thought of bringing a rabbit onto a boat, so...
I see.
And there are others who would like to use the warehouses for their goods.
That's fine.
You again. I told you to beat it.
No need.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get us into trouble.
Кто не поможет?
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader. Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No, the risks are too high.
Another break?
It's a book.
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
Hey, Mitchell. A drink for our new friend. I owe you. You don't know how to fight, but at least you've got guts.
Yeah. Aching guts.
Huh. I've got them too. But you don't hear me whining like a pooch who's lost its leash. You didn't back down. Something that I respect. So understand by that. If I catch you again, you'll carry a more permanent reminder of our encounter. Tell me, what brings you to Darkwater?
I'm investigating the deaths of the Hawkins family.
It's very nice of you to tell me the truth so openly, but it's also really stupid of you. You really don't seem to know the area. Let me give you a little advice. If you want to survive more than a day in this rat hole, avoid talking about them to the first people you meet.
I've got a few questions about the island.
I'm not here to give you information. Mitchell will tell you what he wants to tell you.
I need to get into the Hawkins warehouse.
You're out of luck. It's on my turf.
It's precisely for that reason that I've come to see you.
Are you pulling my leg?
Think it over. I've seen what you're capable of. And you didn't miss me.
I accept the compliment. Well, I see you're serious. To be honest, as long as it doesn't interfere with my business, I don't care. But I'll go with you, to make sure you don't stick your nose into things that don't concern you.
Sounds honest to me.
I'm not finished. If I do that for you, if I let you onto our turf to conduct your little affairs, you'll be indebted to me, and I guarantee that I always collect on what I'm owed. Think about it. I help you, you'll owe me a favor in return. Do you accept?
Да, да, конечно, согласимся.
Oh, we always have one, detective. Follow me.
Nobody questions your authority here. I was given to believe that Fitzroy stood up to you.
That dope tried to save face in front of his sailors. They revere their brave captain as they do their old statues. But sooner or later, all statues get buried in bird shit. And nobody cares.
And the police? They do nothing to stop you?
The local cops? The cops drink like everyone else, sweetheart. They know where their interests lie. Apart from that pig-headed Bradley. I don't know whether to admire his stubbornness or to have pity on him.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots!
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an
Ой.
It's fine. He's with me.
Oh, okay.
That's how it's done. Do I still need to hold your hand? Or do you think you'll get by on your own now?
Don't overdo it.
Good. In that case, I'll leave you. I've done enough mothering for now.
Ugh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case? Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this? It smells as bad as it looks. Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings? What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here? Le Petit Parisien. Who might keep a news clipping about Sarah Hawkins? What happened here? Can't sleep. I know how that feels.
Так, вроде бы все, смотри. Что теперь? Блин. Нет. Что теперь-то делать? Этот склад официально не использовал. Я уж об этом. Вероятность страны и настоящих. Кроме того, обитатель держит Сарай Хокинс. Есть несколько документов, фотографии, газетные вырезки. А после обнаружения частично обгоревшей картины, которую констебль Брэдли видел в особняке Хокинсов, все сомнения этого здания с делом Хокинса отпали. Делать дальше-то дело, но... Так, ну, наверное, выйти отсюда в первую очередь.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! Detective Pierce. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
Что?
You seem like a competent officer. We should help each other.
You're trying to manipulate me, Mr. Pierce. I hate to be taken for a fool.
All right, Inspector Lestrade. Let me take a more direct approach. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Тупой полицейский.
You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
I thought I'd straightened you out, mister. I am disappointed, but we'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Таковато забрались. Пирс смог пробраться на склад. Место, которое казалось заброшенным, скрывало несколько тайн. Тут явно кто-то недавно жил. Кроме того, обнаружились частично обгоревшие картины. Во время осмотра Пирса прервал констебль Брэдли, и детектив убедил его присоединиться к расследованию. Констебль хочет отвезти сыщика в особняк Хокинсов. Констебль Джокер. Прям от уха до уха.
Well, here we are. Hawkins Mansion. place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
He's clearly not doing any gardening.
You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family, so he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
I don't believe the fire is the only reason this house is in such a state.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around, it would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
Всё, не будем терять времени, погнали.
And I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Ну пойдем, пойдем. Так, здесь. Ух ты, маяк. Интересно, мы там окажемся?
Someone is using the fireplace. I suppose that this is where old Winchester lives.
Деревянная игрушка маленького кита. Или маленький деревянный кит. Так, а куда коп делся?
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined, but the architecture seems too recent.
Угу.
Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Do you know if Charles Hawkins had any enemies?
Not to our knowledge. He was a well-respected personality on the island. I don't understand. Silas would never have let such a thing happen.
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins fought.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial.
Больше здесь ничего.
What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary and steal a burnt painting?
Кто за безумец мог сделать это?
Poor kid.
Let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The caretaker takes great care of these graves.
Так, здесь вроде бы все. Я вот там не понял.
Poor kid.
А, бедный малыш. Ты что там стоишь? Оп. Джокер, пошли. Наверное, вход здесь. Это проверим.
I'll have to find another entrance.
Я так и думал.
This entrance is still in use.
Дальше-то не пройти.
Whoa! Whoa! You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir. All right?
Я чуть кирпичный завод не
You know
сделал.
what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
Ну вообще, блин, что за детектив?
So talk, and no baloney.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
The mansion isn't safe. You would break your neck as sure as you're trying my patience right now.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
The sooner I carry out my investigation, the sooner I wrap up the case and return to Boston. After which, you'll never hear of me again.
Huh. I like the sound of that, but I have a better idea. You leave right now, and you never come back.
Silas! Pierce! In God's name, what are you doing?
Officer Bradley, this hood was trying to break into the mansion.
Do something, Bradley, or this story will have a nasty ending.
I vouch for him, Silas. He's working with us. We have reason to believe that someone entered the mansion and stole some paintings.
Impossible. I would have seen it.
Better safe than sorry. Now let us in. I promise to keep an eye on this one.
Okay then. I'll leave the key with you. You could have told me that earlier, Sonny.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion. Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Входим в
Follow
здание.
me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does
Ой,
this
это-
tell me? This roast. What strange creature has flesh like this? This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins. The boy was probably here, smashed his plate on the floor. Sarah Hawkins didn't eat. Was it because of the meat or something else? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Что же случилось за этим столом? Так, что, все?
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Sarah Hawkins and little Simon. The perfect picture of the middle-class family.
Так.
Let's see if I can find something the cops missed. The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? They had a fight. Why? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How? Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker?
Так, значит, в той комнате я что-то не нашел. Что-то упустил.
Did someone escape the fire? If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn? Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
This door is locked.
История медицины XVIII века. Так, психологию надо. Дневнички. Теря. Туфелька Сары. Это. Но он нам еще пригодится. Так, откуда мы шли оттуда? Опыньки.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. The same bandages that I saw in the warehouse on the docks. And given the bloodstains, I'd also say that it's the same person.
Что здесь помимо кто-то был еще? Что-то нужно найти. Звуки.
The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty. The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty. This door is blocked from the outside.
Эй, ты чего? Жёгся.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
Я где-то что-то упустил. Или нет? Понятно.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818. Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess.
Так.
This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music. This place was falling apart long before the fire. A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
Прогресс, предметы. Это знания. История медицины. Человеческое тело. Победи.
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance. If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal effects. Did you hear that?
Слышал что?
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance. If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal effects.
Кто-то бегает.
Darkwater history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies. One of Sarah Hawkins' paintings. Her style sure is recognizable. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
Кто-то либо покрыт.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Кулера. Может только. Я поверь. Истинный им всегда ваш. Он Уэллорд. Это херня. Что-то мне это не нравится. Так. Там осталось. Его сейчас что-то.
The boys' room. A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world? Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed.
Напевает что-то.
Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family? What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him. What will her room reveal about her? This padlock is too complicated for me. It's no use.
Сложный замок. Ладно.
The padlock won't give.
Хокинс. А, все что ли? Где-то надо было найти. Нашел ключ. И он, наверное...
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
И там, в холле.
This door is locked.
Двери. Так, это на... А.
A crowbar could prove useful. This door is blocked from the outside.
Так. Делать. Ого.
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve? Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other. This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold.
Журнал продаж.
It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why. Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life.
самом деле, я тебя
The door is blocked on the other side. The door is blocked on the other side.
Bradley? Is that you?
Опа, дверь открыта.
Is anyone there?
Опа. Это же Пирс.
You! Stop!
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
I'll cover you.
This door was closed earlier. Where did he go? It looks like an old seaway map.
Do you really think that your fugitive came in here? I don't see any way out.
As if the bookcase has been moved several times.
Clearly,
Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well. I wonder who the man with the glasses is. It looks like a freehand map of Darkwater. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why. The Scylla. It's the boat that was... This panel is movable. Cogwheels. They must be linked to an opening mechanism. Probably a secret passage. I must find a way to activate the opening mechanism.
Что такое?
Great. I managed to force the gears. like I've triggered something.
Well done, Pierce. Secret passage, under the manor. It's like a detective novel. That guy must have already gotten far.
Yeah, and he had a direct means of entry to the crime scene. We must find him.
What is this place?
3 seats.
Look, someone's been here recently.
Пожалуй, на этом сегодня закончим. Кто смотрел, спасибо. Ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь на канал. Пока.